Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I have the best bar trivia book ever. All you need to know for pub quiz domination. Wow, they're taking themselves pretty seriously. Let's see what we have. Thought this might be fun to flip through. From Avon, Massachusetts. Copyright 2014. So I was about to say that's like brand new. And then it dawned on me that's 11 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. Welcome to the best bar trivia book ever. Okay. Pop culture, that's a good category. I like that. Film debuts, 1 point. Will Ferrell had his first credited feature film role in Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery, 1990s. You know what I don't? I wish it was more like who had his first feature film, and then you guess. They're just giving us the facts. All right. The only way I could do this different is to read them like off camera to give you a chance to guess, but oh well, we'll just read them, I guess. Anyway, I don't remember Will Ferrell even being. Wait, maybe I do. I can't. I'm not sure. Twilight star Kristen Stewart made her film debut in Panic Room in 2002, playing Jodie Foster's daughter. Really? That's funny. I liked that movie, Panic Room. I think it was pretty good. I had no idea that was Kristen Stewart. Lindsay Lohan first appeared on the soap opera Another World at age 10 and starred in 2 remakes for her first big screen roles in The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday. I think I saw both those movies. Benicio del Toro played Duke, the dog-faced boy in Big Top Pee-wee, which was his first credited film role. I know I saw that Big Top Pee-wee, but I don't remember. John Hamm made his big screen debut as a young pilot number 2 in Space Cowboys in 2000. Can't say I remember that movie, but I do love John Hamm. Only really, I love him because I first learned about him from the show Mad Men, which I was sort of obsessed with Mad Men. And then he comes on to this podcast, Never Not Funny, and when he's on, it's funny. He is so good. Oscar nominee Bradley Cooper made his film debut in Wet Hot American Summer in 2001. You know, I'm not sure I've ever seen that movie. I don't think so. Okay, what was Leonardo DiCaprio in? Maybe Basketball Diaries, probably something before that, and Growing Pains. Was familiar to small screen audiences thanks to his role in the final season of Growing Pains. Yeah, I remember him on there. But he made his film debut in the less memorable Critters 3, followed by a small part in Poison Ivy. 4 Oscar nominations later, I'd say he's recovered. Elijah Wood was first seen as video game boy number 2 in Back to the Future Part 2. Huh. Interesting. Hilary Swank had a part in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She went on to play unpopular roles in The Next Karate Kid and on Beverly Hills 90210. Oh, and to win 2 Oscars for Boys Don't Cry and $1 Million Baby. I think she was really good in both those, but $1 Million Baby, that's the boxing movie, right? I think that was really good. All right, I don't know. Do we want to read all these? I'm not sure how I feel about the way this book is set up. I wish it was question and answers. How about we'll read the rest of this page. And then I'll put a bookmark here, and then I'll go to the next category. And that way, next time I know just to go to the bookmark. Will I remember? I don't know. We'll see. We'll just make some little bookmarks. Probably won't need that many. Halle Berry, the runner-up in the 1986 Miss USA competition, didn't know that, starred in Spike Lee's Jungle Fever. Christy Fitchner, who won the 1986 Miss USA title, later starred in the reality show Who Wants to Marry My Dad? Huh. Okay. Ricky Lake got started playing Tracy Turnblad in John Waters' original Hairspray. Lake was credited as bridesmaid in Working Girl in 1988 before landing a regular role as Holly Pellegrino on ABC's China Beach and getting her own talk show in 1993. The Outsiders, based on S.C. Hinton novel and directed by Francis Ford Coppola, featured an all-star cast of C. Thomas Howell, Ralph Macchio, Matt Dillon, Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise, and Diane Lane, and launched the Brat Pack of the 1980s, which would later also include Molly Ringwald, Ali Sheedy, and Demi Moore. Okay, I watched that movie, Brat. It's called Brat, or Brat Pack, or Brat. Anyway, Brats. I don't know if they would say that. I don't know if they'd agree with that. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, Kevin Bacon made his film debut playing Chip Diller in National Lampoon's Animal House. Bacon also played Jack in the original Friday the 13th. I just watched that. Actually, it was a year ago, Halloween, but it feels like I just watched. And I was like, oh my God, it's Kevin Bacon. Paul Reubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman, made his big screen debut as Jake and Elwood's waiter in The Blues Brothers in 1980. The same year, he served Cheech and Chong as the hotel desk clerk in Cheech and Chong's next movie. Matthew Broderick and Kiefer Sutherland both made their debut in Neil Simon's Max Dugan Returns in 1983. This is one of two films featuring both Kiefer and his father, Donald Sutherland. The other is A Time to Kill. I think A Time to Kill, isn't that a John Grisham? I don't know how we're going to do this. So these are all different. We'll skip to... I'm wearing my denim shirt, and then this is... I think it's made out of alpaca fur, like wool. And it's super warm. I think my mom bought it in Peru. And it was at her house, and I kept wearing it. And she finally was like, just take it. No, she wasn't like, she was like, you can have it. All right, band name origins. That sounds interesting. The Beatles' name was inspired by Buddy Holly's band, The Crickets. The beat in the band's name was intended to be a musical pun. The Beatles. Inspired by the Crickets. Buddy Holly, I did a video. Remote, kind of. It was about the day the music died. But talking about Buddy Holly. What a genius. What a genius. The Rolling Stones got their name from the 1950 Muddy Waters song Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone. Is that like the one that goes, Papa was a Rolling Stone? Muddy Waters. The Killers got their name from the New Order video for Crystal. The Killers was the name of the fictional band in the video as featured on the bass drum. Huh. I like the Killers. The alternate rock band 311 is named for the police code for indecent exposure in Omaha, Nebraska. That's funny. The name was chosen after the band's original guitarist was arrested for skinny dipping in a public pool. I've never heard of the band 311. Or maybe, wait, 3. No, I don't know. Radiohead took their name from the Talking Heads song Radiohead. Didn't know that. I did not know that. Toad the... This was a time in the 90s when bands had the most goofiest name. Like the goofier. Toad the Wet Sprocket. I'm trying to think of other bands that had really goofy names like that. I can't think of any. The other day I was trying to come up with Gin Blossoms and I couldn't think of it. And somebody said in the comments, Gin Blossoms. I'm like, yeah. Gin Blossoms. Anyway, I can't think of any, but there were other bands with goofy names. Anyway. Toad the Wet Sprocket got their name from a Monty Python sketch that made fun of silly band names. That's funny. That's funny. Pink Floyd took their name from the first name of two blues musicians whose last names are Anderson and Council, respectively. So Pink Anderson and Floyd Council. I like the name Floyd. I think Floyd should make a comeback. I wanted to name one of my cats Floyd, but the kids wouldn't have it. Maybe the next kitten. I kind of want to get... Did I tell you guys my cat died? Not the black and white one, but my other one. Which is sad. But, and I was out of town, so that made it extra sad. But, my husband's already talking about getting a kitten. And he wants one. I mean, we always adopt from the, animal shelter. Or cat. I can't think of what you call it, like a shelter. But we want one that's kind of maybe Maine Coon. Because one of our first cats, who lived to be 21 years old, I think he was Maine Coon. And he was just like such a good kitty. Anyway, Eve 6 got their name from a cloning episode on the X-Files. The show is about 10 clones of a girl named Eve. The 6th clone was a crazy psycho. Hey, look. After seeing a miscaptioned photo of W.C. Fields, the Gin Blossoms chose their name from the old slang term for burst capillaries on the face of someone who drank too much for too many years. What? Okay, so a person who drinks too much and gets like burst blood vessels like on their nose where you can see them, those are called gin blossoms. I've never heard that. Interesting. Good bar trivia. I've decided I think I'm going to start going to bar trivia. That's my New Year's resolution. Because I don't get enough like social interaction. And it's hard when you get to be older to meet people. And so I thought I'll start going to this. It's like Wednesday night bar trivia, I think. And then just, make like worm my way into a group. That's my plan. We'll see. We'll see if I get the nerve up to do it. I always have plans for that. And then the day comes and I go, maybe I won't. Like, what's tonight? Tonight's Wednesday, I think. And here I am doing this. I should be at bar trivia. I have to prep. Smash Mouth took their name from a football term coined by Chicago Bears coach Mike Ditka. Smash Mouth. Led Zeppelin took their name from an insult made by The Who's drummer Keith Moon. He said that they'd go over like a lead balloon. This feels like urban legend to me, but maybe. UB40, I know this one. I read it on the album that I bought my son for his birthday. UB40 got their name from the code number on the British unemployment benefit card. Their first album is a picture of that benefit card. Nickelback was named by member Mike Kroger, I don't know, who at the time worked at Starbucks. He would commonly say to customers, "Here's your nickel back." Really? Is that true? That sounds made up. Leonard Skinnerd is named for the band member's high school gym teacher in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay. ABBA, NSYNC, and TLC each took their band names from the initials of their members. What? Is that true? I can't, if I knew any of the members' names. But I do not, sadly. Steely Dan got its name from a strap-on dildo referenced in William S. Burroughs' book, Naked Lunch. Yeah, I remember that. Everybody always say that every time Steely Dan came on. All right. Oh, whatever. So, how will I remember? You know, next time I do this, I'll be like, I have no idea what these tabs mean. Television, Saturday Night Live, Reality Check, about reality TV, literature, Pulitzer Prize and Nobel Prizes, books turned flicks. Okay, let's do books turned flicks. So books that were turned into movies. A Time to Kill, John Grisham's first novel. Wait, we just talked about that, right? Yes, we did. This one, A Time to Kill, yep, was published in 1988, although it wasn't made into a movie until 1996. And I read that book when it was brand new and saw the movie. I think the book was good. It was John Grisham's first. Oh yeah, they say that there. Jane Austen's book Emma was the inspiration for the Alicia Silverstone movie Clueless. That was a good movie. James Dickey wrote Deliverance and makes a cameo in the film. Interesting. Carl Sagan wrote the book Contact, which inspired the Jodie Foster film. Irvine Welsh, author of Trainspotting, plays a drug dealer in the film. Oh, I didn't know that. That film, I know I really liked it in 1996, but it has some very upsetting scenes in it, and it's not for everybody. And maybe it was of its time. I don't know if it would hold up, but I know I loved it when I saw it. The energy of it was like, you hadn't seen that before. It was kind of new. Even Cowgirls Get the Blues, starring Uma Thurman, is based on a Tom Robbins book. I know about the book, but I don't know about the movie. Blade Runner is based on Philip K. Dick's novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night inspired She's the Man and is referenced several times in Shakespeare in Love. You know what word I have a real hard time with? That word. It's 12th. 12th. On the 12th of May. 12th. It's like too much going on there. You got to do the F, the TH. Roxanne is based on Edmond Rostand's Cyrano de Bergerac. Steve Martin's character, C.D. Bales, has the same initials. Oh, yeah, he does. That was a good movie. I don't know if it would hold up, but it was Steve Martin and, oh my God, what's his name? The French. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Not Chris de Burgh. He's Lady in Red Singer too. Anyway, the two of them, and the one guy writes all the poetry, and the other guy, because he has a big nose, and so he couldn't possibly get a girl. I don't know. It's a whole thing, but it was good. Oh, and it's the blonde mermaid lady, Hannah, Daryl Hannah. Anyway, Aaron Sorkin began writing the screenplay for The Social Network, while author Ben Mesrich was still working on the manuscript to The Accidental Billionaires. That doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, I know what Social Network is. Oh, I guess they're both. So they came out at the same time. Is that what they're saying? I don't know. In 1959, the book Starship Troopers by Robert A. Heinlein was the first science fiction novel to be on the reading list of 3 of the 5 U.S. military branches. Okay, that's funny. Terms invented by famous authors. Okay. Chortle, Lewis Carroll. Generation X, Douglas Coupland. Big Brother by George Orwell. Serendipity by Horace Walpole. Yahoo by Jonathan Swift. Yeah, the island was full of yahoos, I think. Nerd by Dr. Seuss. Bump by William Shakespeare. Tween, J.R.R. Tolkien. What? I didn't know that. Quark by James Joyce. Utopia, Sir Thomas More. There you go. Newspapers. Electronic media. That could be interesting, maybe. On the cover. You sex thing. I believe in miracles. You sex thing. What about this little thing? Founders. Arts and science. History. Civil War. Presidents. World War II. Geography. Okay, we didn't do any history. I must not be in the mood. Should we do World War II? That could be dark. I don't know. I gotta try to not think about world wars right now. Who knows what's going to happen? Painters. What's this say? Most famous works. Okay, let's look at the most famous works by different artists. Edvard Munch, The Scream. Pablo Picasso. All right, I'll cover them up so you guys can't see. You can guess. I've never even heard of this. Pablo Picasso's most famous work is called I don't even know how to say it. Guernica. Guernica. What is it? I bet if I looked it up, I'd go, oh yeah, I know that one. Johannes Vermeer. Most famous work. I can guess that one. I think we did it on our sticker thing. Girl with a Pearl Earring is the name. And there's a good book about that too, called Girl with a Pearl Earring. Vincent van Gogh. Most famous work. Starry Night. Sandro Botticelli. Birth of Venus. Claude Monet. Water Lilies. Rembrandt van Veen. I've never seen his last name. I've only ever seen Rembrandt. The Night Watch. Michelangelo. The Creation of Adam at the Sistine Chapel. Did I ever tell you about the time I went to Sistine Chapel? Okay, let's finish. Leonardo da Vinci. Mona Lisa. Sorry, I went too fast on that one. Salvador Dali. The Persistence of Memory. At the Sistine Chapel, it's crazy there. When we went, and I don't know if this is normal or what, but it's kind of weird because I didn't know what I thought it would look like, but it kind of just looks like a rectangular. It's not like the most beautiful place you've ever been, right? It's just sort of a box. And we went in there, and there are signs saying no cameras, be quiet, all this stuff. So we go in there all reverent, you know, being very, you know, quiet and everything. Well, people are just can't help themselves. They're kind of pointing and whispering and whatever. And there are guys who have bullhorns. Is that what you call them? Like the ones you push a button and scream into. And they're going, so loud. And then, of course, that gets me kind of giggly because I'm like, how crazy is this? And then my sister and I are giggling. And, there you go. But I'll never forget it. So, what is this one? The Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band included 70 people on the cover, including, we'll look at this when we look through our Beatles CDs. I have the album downstairs. Edgar Allan Poe, Bob Dylan, Sonny Liston, and Shirley Temple twice. There you go. I don't know who Sonny Liston is. That name sounds familiar, I guess. Animal Kingdom. Yes, please. Oh, wait, I didn't mark. Well, how am I going to... What I should just do is take a marker and cross off what we've done. That is what I should do. The Animal Kingdom. Traveling at speeds of 1 or 2 miles per hour. A sloth... made my voice crack, is the slowest mammal. The cheetah is the world's fastest mammal. But they can't go very long. Sleeping 22 hours a day, koalas are the laziest animals in the world. That's judgy, but okay. Eucalyptus leaves make up 99% of their diet. The word koala comes from the Aboriginal term for no drink. So the water they get out of the leaves, I guess. Interesting. There is a podcast, I guess. I think it's a podcast. It's ASMR podcast, actually. And it's these 2 women from Australia. And they put me to sleep like that. I love them. And they were talking about how in Australia you see koala bears all the time. Kangaroos all the time. And there are a lot of kangaroos, but koalas, the one lady said I think she said she'd never seen one in the wild. So it's not like they're all over Australia, all over the place. Anyway, because I just think if I go there, I'm going to like see them hanging in the trees like squirrels. Sperm whales have the largest brain of any animal that has ever been known to live. They're so smart. The orca is the largest member of the dolphin family. Are the orcas still attacking the boats off Portugal? Is that still happening? It's crazy. I think orca, I want to do a whole video on orca. They're so interesting. Did you hear about that one orca carrying the fish on its head? If you want me to do a video on the orca carrying a fish on its head, say so in the comments. It's interesting. The giant squid has larger eyes than any other animal. The blue whale is believed to be the largest animal ever to have lived. The world's smallest mammals are the bumblebee bat of Thailand and the Etruscan shrew. 80% of all animal species belong to the phylum Hold on, I will make sure I say this right. Arthropoda, which includes insects, arachnids, and crustaceans. The praying mantis is the only insect that can turn its head like a human, allowing some species nearly 300 degrees of movement. Wait, what? I guess that's true because most insects, their head is kind of attached to their, what is it, thorax? I don't know. But they're like one piece. Praying mantis are so cool. I had one in my bush outdoor front yard bush last year, and he would like look around, and he was, anyway. The venomous tarantula is named for the city where it once thrived, Taranto, Italy. Interesting. Guppies are named after Robert John Lechmere Guppy, who was thought to have first discovered them in Trinidad in 1866. Giraffes are the only animals born with horns. They have the longest tails of any land mammal and the highest known blood pressure. Well, yeah, because you got to pump that blood all the way up that neck. Takes a lot of work. Asian elephants, on average, live up to 80 years in captivity and 60 years in the wild. Elephants are also the only animals with four knees. Four knees. What? Really? I have to think about that. Most hamsters that people keep as pets today originate from a litter found in Syria in 1930. Their name comes from German for to hoard food, as that is what they do. It's so cute when you put all the little seeds in their little cheeks. So cute. This is my favorite animal growing up, maybe still. South America's capybara is the world's largest rodent. The beaver is the largest rodent in North America, followed by the porcupine. Capybaras are awesome. There are people who have like Instagrams or whatever you call them, TikToks, I don't know. Whatever the shirt. I don't watch them on TikTok. They come to me other ways. But of capybaras like eating. They're so cute. Galapagos tortoise. There was some book when I was a kid that I got out of the library at the school library. And it was about these kids who had a capybara and they kept them in the swimming pool in their backyard. And it was like my absolute dream to own a capybara. And I remember telling my mom, like, I want a capybara. And she was like, I don't know what a capybara is. Galapagos tortoises have the longest lifespan of any animal on Earth, living up to 170 years. That's awesome. Gorilla is the only genus that is also the name of the animal. Okay. Did I say that right? Genus, not, yeah, I guess. Cranes are the world's tallest flying bird. The last confirmed sighting of a dodo bird was in 1662 on the island of Mauritius. I feel like I heard recently that they thought they might be able to bring back a dodo bird, like Jurassic Park style. The Irish wolfhound is considered to be the tallest dog. Yeah, I remember being in a bookstore one time and the owner had an Irish wolfhound that walked up to me. It was like, I'm 5'4". It was face to face with me. I was like, oh my God. The four big cat species in the genus Panthera that are capable of roaring are the tiger, lion, jaguar, and leopard. The puma, cheetah, and snow leopard cannot roar. Huh. Interesting. All right, we'll read these and then we'll be done. Got a lot more here. The kiwi is the only bird to have nostrils at the tip of its beak. I don't know, I read that that is not what the sentence says. What it actually says is, the kiwi is the only bird to have nostrils at the tip of its bill. It is the national bird of New Zealand. Yeah, and it's on their money. And so is the kangaroo. And they eat both those things in Australia. And it's the only country that has their national, like, animals they also eat or something like that. I learned that on that same Australian ASMR channel. Canada is home to more than half of the world's population of bald eagles. In the United States, Florida, and Minnesota. I read that wrong. In the United States, Florida and Minnesota contain the largest populations of America's national bird. I don't know if that would still be true because bald eagle are like proliferating. It might be. I don't know. But man, do you see them all over the place now. I mean, that's 2014. That's probably still true. The monarch butterfly has the longest migration route of any butterfly species. Yeah, in Michigan, there was a park, I think called Point Pelee, and you could drive out there and see the monarchs when they'd come through. I don't remember if they bred there or if they just all landed there at the same time, or I don't remember. The great white shark has killed more humans than any other shark. The tiger shark comes in second. Interesting. I've heard hammerhead sharks are kind of dangerous too. The only egg-laying mammals are the duck-billed platypus and two species of echidna, or spiny anteaters. The platypus is one of the only few venomous mammals. What? I know platypus are cuckoo banana animals. They have fur, like a beaver almost. They have webbed feet, like a duck. They have a duck bill, and they lay eggs, but they're a mammal. But I did not know, or at least if I knew, I forgot that they were venomous. That's wild. They're cool. I'm going to have to just learn about them and do a video because, like, so cool. I had a stuffed platypus. I mean, like a toy, stuffed animal. When I was a kid, thing was awesome. The Galapagos Islands contain the only cormorants that are flightless. These islands also contain the most northerly penguins of the 17 species, all of which are found below the equator. I want to go to the Galapagos Islands. Every time I try to look up like some way to get there and go, it is so expensive. But before I die, and which I have no plan on doing anytime soon, I want to go there. Like that's all I gotta say about that. So I have to start working towards that goal, I guess, whatever that may, mean. Saving my pennies. All you need to know for pub quiz domination. I don't know. What do we think of that book, you guys? I paid $2 for it. Which animal has 4 knees? Elephants. We learned that. Which famous candy bar is named for a U.S. president's daughter? I would guess Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth. Always makes me think